I'm about 3 years in ProEnglish Theatre, and it's based in Ukraine, in Kyiv. And by now, I made a couple of Pinter's, Harold Pinter's plays, which is Birthday Party and New World Order. And ProEnglish Theatre is almost the one English language theater in Kyiv. I mean that we play only in English, and it's quite interesting because it's always good to know material from other countries, from other not just from other people, but from people with special kind of thinking or worldview and so on. Well, I learned English. I studied English. I told Tanya that I studied English by myself, and I'm sorry for all my mistakes, and forget it and go on. So in February 24, we have had the full-scale invasion of Russia, and I visited Europe 25 years ago, and when I was asked, where are you from, I told I'm from Ukraine. First question, the next question was, is it Russia? And every time I told, no, Ukraine is not Russia. We, quite a long time, we were a part of the Soviet Union, and it was made by force 100 years ago. And all this time we wanted to go off the influence of Russia. And in 1991, Ukraine became an independent country, and Russia didn't like it. So now we are in war, in a real horrible situation. We were attacked from three sides: from the north, from Belarusia territory, from from east, and from the south. Russia's plans were to invade and to overcome Ukraine during 2 or 3 days, but we stood against it, and by this time, in many areas of Ukraine, Russians were thrown off. So it's not a special military operation, as Russians say. It's a real war, unfortunately. Maybe you heard about the situation in Ukraine and in situation in Bucha, Irpin, Hostomel, and now those areas are free from Russians, and all they're left after themselves is just massacre. They killed hundreds of people. They raped and killed, hanged many young women, even young girls. They shot many men in their heads with their hands tied behind their backs. They weren't military. They weren't soldiers. They just civilians. And we had a lot of horrible situations, not just in Kyiv region, but also in the south, Mariupol, Kharkov, Melitopol, Sumy, and so on. To be honest, yesterday I was so much shocked of the news from Bucha and Irpin that I couldn't find just any strength to do anything till night. I was really just broken. What those Russian soldiers, not just they're not animals. Animals have some restrictions. They are led by instincts, and they do not harm too much. I mean, animals. Russians do much worse things, and really, I don't understand. Many of us don't understand why. How? Where are the margins of the evil that they brought to our country? And the only answer for them now is death. Sorry. We have been bombed with airplanes, shot with artillery. They used cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, tanks, ships, warships. And there are a lot of people who invaded our country. But now we are winning. By this time, we are winning, and we will win. We believe it, we know it, and we do all we can for it.
Yuriy, we see things in the news, but it's a totally different thing to hear it from someone who's there, from you. And I'm sure we're all processing it in different ways, but I just, right now, all I want to say is thank you for telling us, because you know, this is our world as well. You're us, and we don't know enough about what's happening, and I'm so grateful that you are willing to.
I see. By the way, if you are interested, I can put in our chat just in a minute a couple of links. There are Ukrainian news in English, so you may join and you may read it. It's on Facebook, on CNN Ukrainian, like Ukrainian part of CNN news, and another one. I'll do it just in a minute.
Please do, yeah, please.
So, any question?
I suppose the only question is, where's your family? Are they safe? Where are they?
Yeah, praise God, they are safe. In 3 or 4 days after the beginning of the war, I sent them abroad, and I've got 3 children. 2 of them are adults now, more than 25 and 23, and third and youngest daughter, she's 10. And now my wife with 2 daughters are in Iceland, Reykjavik, and my son is in Portugal. But my son, he's 25, and he went to Portugal in November for work, so he's safe. He's safe, of course, and my girls are safe now too. So they are socialized there. My wife don't know any language and don't know any foreign language. So now she's learning it from the morning to the evening, English and Icelandic. And she told me that Icelandic. Sorry, thank you. And yesterday she told me that she had lost in Reykjavik a couple of days ago, and she was so like shocked that she started to speak English and everybody understood her, and she understood all people around. So
wow,
now she's moving on.
So cool. Yeah. We've heard that Kiev is you're safe now that they're out. Do you still hear bombing in the evenings? Are you scared to go out? Is it still dangerous for you?
But by now it's quite safe. It's quite safe in Kyiv.
Okay.
3 or 4 days we don't hear any more explosions, any sound of missiles or bombs, and by now Kyiv region is free from Russian at all. Now military forces took the mines, right? They took the mines from the places which were occupied by Russians, and by statistic, today Ukraine is the most mined country in the world. By now it's about 1.8 million of mine in Ukrainian ground. 1.8 million, almost 2 million mines in Ukrainian ground now. And so people cannot return to their homes. But it's quiet, but all infrastructure is destroyed. In Kyiv, this situation is quite good. I mean, Kyiv region, the towns around Kyiv, 30 kilometers, 10 kilometers from Kyiv, 50 kilometers. There are a lot of towns, villages that is really almost absolutely destroyed by Russians. I saw those pictures in movies, but now we have the situation in Ukraine. If you saw American movie Pianist
Yes.
with Adrian Brody,
Yeah.
and if you remember the situation when he came out from his shelter and he saw the streets of Warsaw ghetto that was absolutely destroyed. Now this picture we have in Ukraine, and there are a lot of villages and towns which with no water, electricity, food, heating. The situation is in Kiev is quite good now. I'm in the territory defense, but we have a queue. People are too much. People are too many to set all necessary all the position, you know. So we have queue. We have a queue, and we have our we help to. I helped to make some blog post, if it's right word. You know what it means, yeah.
Can you give an example? What
With
you have to share information
with concrete blocks and packs of sand.
Oh, breeze block.
Breeze block. You're constructing
So
defenses.
yeah. There are a lot of those things in Kiev.
Okay.
So we built it. Then we had some well, I don't know this word. Sorry. When you walk and you change if everything is all right in your block, for example.
Probably a patrol, like just checking the streets to see what's happening. To check
Yeah. Walking the streets, yeah. So now it's safe in Kiev by now, but we are all the time by warning of missile attack, and we understand that it's not finished yet. Russians are planning to not to invade, but to destroy and to attack from the air, with their cruise missiles, ballistic missiles. They shoot them from aquatory of the Black Sea, from territory of Belarus. There are just 90 kilometers from Kiev to the closest border, so it's very close to Belarus. So they can shoot here without they can shoot here their missiles without hindrance. But by the way, our forces learned to hit their missiles with they use and law and love, yeah, NLAW. It's
is it so that the missile
weapon against
and stops?
yeah.
Anti-missile.
It's a weapon against tanks, but our soldiers learned to use it against airplanes and missiles, and they use it very successfully. For example, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, a special Ukrainian region in the west of Ukraine, Volyn, were attacked by 30 ballistic missiles, and only 8 of them fall down.
Landed.
22 of them were struck by our military forces.
Wow. I mean, incredible.
I think, yeah, as I know, it's the first situation in history to shoot ballistic and cruise missiles with such kind of weapon.
Wow.
But the force and the skill and the determination to make that possible, if it's a first in history to do that, and in the circumstances you're in, it's in a strange way. I find that, I mean, it's incredibly inspiring, and it gives me hope. The power to defend your loved ones when it's needed at times of need.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, the world gave us 2 or 3 days, but today is 42nd day of the war, and we're winning.
Yeah.
I think Helen had a question.
I typed it. I said, I want to ask who will be the audience for your show on Saturday. What do you think? Because it's so surreal for me to keep doing theater when it's a life and death situation. So I typed it in the chat if you want to see.
I will see the text. Sorry.
So this is for everyone else. This is a show called The Sound of Sirens, S-I-R-E-N-S. And the director, Alex, told me about it the other day. I think, is it Annabelle? It's a solo show, I think, with Annabelle.
Oh. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mhm.
I don't know anything about this show. Alex knows it, and I don't participate it. By the way, 1.5 weeks ago, ProEnglish showed the printer show online, and it wasn't just showed online, but there were actors who were in the hub on the stage, and one actor was on the screen online. So it was very, very interesting, very unusual to see this kind of this show, and it was really, really impressive. It was very good. So Alex knows more about the audience and Saturday's show. By the way, only 1 or 2. Kyiv divided with Dnipro River, and to gain another side, it's quite difficult today. So I live on the left side, and ProEnglish Hub is on right side. So I don't have a possibility to get there by now.
Thank you. I'm very impressed by the belief that you will wait till the day of victory, and it's so strong that after so much atrocity that people in Ukraine is still not defeated, and I feel really touched, yeah, and really touched by the effort that people make to maintain their humanity, even when such violence against humanity happened. You still go on living and making and creating and coming to the class. It's just, I'm so glad you came here to join us, because I hope it's great. I hope, I don't know, I think maybe when people are depressed, doing anything will feel very tasteless, but at least you did something, and then that's already a small victory against whatever force that brought you down. Yeah. I hope
definitely.
I hope we all can see you again, and in a future that's better and more peaceful.
Yeah. So if you have possibility to talk to people, to give the right information around your friends, please do it. Ukraine needs heavy weapon. We need to we need to get help from Europe, from all the world, from United States, and this is heavy weapon against airplanes, helicopters, missiles, and also against tanks. We need heavy artillery. And if you have possibility to spread this information, to let people know what is happening in Ukraine now, please do it. We really need your help. And I know that Russia didn't mean to stop in Ukraine. They have had plans to invade all the Europe, and next country should be Poland, then Germany, then countries of Baltia, and on and on and on. They don't stop in Ukraine. They won't stop in Ukraine. They will move further, not just at once, but in 1 or 2 or 3 years. So that's why we need to stop them here. We need to kill them here, and we need to get them off Ukraine forever. So we can do it all together. I'll send you, in a minute, I'll send you the links.
Yes, please.
So you may read the news online.
And Yuriy, I'll check with you afterwards, but I'd love to share maybe even the recording of what you said in this class, or perhaps I can put it into words and write it up and share it as an article, but that would be another way to share what you've said. But I'll talk to you about that after this.
Okay, sure.
That would be really good. Anyone else wanting to say anything, ask anything?
I
guess
there are 1, 2, 3 links.
Yeah.
Thank you. Got them. Yeah. Go ahead, Eric.
I guess the news here, we do know quite a bit about what's happening in here in the United States, and just really impressed at how brave everybody is.
Yeah.
And it's just really amazing. So hang in there.
Yeah, thank you.
It's the same in
This is
Australia. No, you go, Yuriy.
Sorry.
Where are we? Karen, did you want to?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, as Eric said, in Australia, the news is the same. I was reading about Butcher today, so we do get that news, and there is no doubt. I can't speak for the other countries, but in Australia there is no question that no one believes the Russian propaganda here. It's the news covers very well what's happening, but it is really good to get some links from you. And yeah, it's unbelievably humbling, very humbling to see, yeah, how people are fighting back. Yeah. And thank you very much for sharing this.
Yeah, thank you. And if you can, please pray for us. It's very important.
If anyone else has something to say or ask, please go ahead. Otherwise,
I have a question.
yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Yuri. Yeah, we understood that you need the heavy armories, but for your everyday life, do you need any food or goods, clothes, anything? You're short?
Yeah, please let us know.
You know, but in all we Ukrainians are very interesting people. We can fight each other with because of many reasons. But if we have attack from outside, we forget everything and we stay just as one, and we fight together after against those who came to us. And you cannot just imagine how volunteering is rose up in Ukraine. People help each other everywhere. They give food to others. They give clothes. All they need. They warm each other. They help with any way. They can. They give their cars to use for if you need it. Take for example, if you need, take my car. Just leave it there. Leave it in another city. Let me know where is it. I will go there and I will pick it up after. If you need this now, take it and use it. It's real. It's a lot of real stories about this. People who came from the east of Ukraine, they came to the center in Kyiv and around. Then they went to the south or to the west of Ukraine, and people have help everywhere, and it's really amazing. So there are problems with the cities which are blocked by Russians now. It is Kharkov partially. Mariupol now is surrounded by Russians, and they are surrounded more than a month. So they all this time, more than 30 days, they have problems with heating, water, food. They don't have Russians don't allow to bring people food or water. They don't allow to get people from Mariupol by buses. About 3 or 4 days, people are allowed to leave Mariupol by their own transport, their own vehicles. But by now, it's about 90,000 of people left Mariupol, and approximately 130,000 are left in Mariupol, and they are starving, and nobody can help them. There are problems with just with the place which are surrounded by Russian. In other parts of Ukraine, the situation is more or less good.
Yuri, Karen just put something.
So
in the
me personally is okay. Thank you. I've got I don't have a job now, but praise God, I've got some savings, and also I've got friends, so they can help me. It's okay.
Is there anything, and I'm just picking up on something Karen wrote in the chat, is there anything we can send to your wife and daughters or son? Because the postal services presumably are working okay there, so we can organize something, we can send something to them. Is there something that they might need?
I see. Thank you very, very, very much for your proposal. Now they are fine. And just yesterday, my wife has got like individual number, and now she can find a job. My daughter can go to school, and just right in this moment, my wife is going through all the city to organize all this stuff, and they have some financial help from the Icelandic government. They're fine, thank you. If they need, I'll let you know.
Yes.
Hopefully they won't.
Okay, please remember us.
They will be okay.
If we'll do.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Unless anyone else has any other questions, there's one thing I'd like to do to wrap up. Any other questions? No?
I don't have questions. I just want to show my appreciation of what Yuriy has just told us, because it sounds sad and depressing, but also very powerful. So I just want to thank you to let us to know, and also thank you to Tanya to arrange this workshop. And
Yeah,
please,
thank you, Tanya.
yeah, please do let us know if any further help we can do, and because it's a long way to get back to your family and to so-called normal life again, and we're all here willing to help.
Yukko, 何か日本語で英語でも何か言いたい？
日本語でいいですか？クエスチョンはないんですけど、本当に今回、一緒にワークショップできて、こういう状況の中、本当に ありがとうございます。一緒にできてよかったです。
I
本
don't
当に
I don't have any questions, but I really appreciate you joining this class.
本当に無事を祈ってて、ご家族の方も今安全ということなんですけど、何かあったら
I
言っ
wish
てください。
you and your family's safety. But if you need anything, please do let us know.
うん、なんかその情報
Thank
を
you very much.
はい、こっちから何かあるときは発信できると思うので、何かあったらぜひ言ってください。本当にありがとうございました、今日は。
Yes, if you could share any information to us in the future, we will spread that around. So if you have more information, please do let us know.
I have another question. Do you think taking
Connection troubles. Sorry.
It's got better.
Oh,
We hear you again now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
oh, so I was asking, do people in Ukraine, like, how do they still, do children still go to, like, do they still learn things? Do they study, or and do actors still get trainings? And if there's any online platforms that Ukrainians can, like, do workshops like this, and do you think it would be helpful? I typed it again in the chat, so if you find it hard to listen.
Sorry, the connection is really bad. So it's just like I.
I see. Yeah, I typed it, so you can see in the chat.
Thank you.
So it's, if you can look in the chat and see
Mhm.
the question. Can you see the question in chat?
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
I can see.
So if there's anything you want to, any thought, any ideas?
Yeah, yeah, I can see. To be honest, I don't really know. Now people are thinking about basic things. Many of them have lost their jobs, so they are looking for some source to survive, to live on. I think that those who were connected with the theater in general before in their lives, they will turn to it. I think so, but I don't know if it goes about everybody. So we try to do what we can. We may record songs. We may read some poems, which we really did. We are making some special program with the Ukrainian poems, then to spread it. But people cannot visit any. All the theaters are closed now, and all they can do is to watch something online. But this part is not the first one in their lives now.
Yeah.
Is it understand? Bo?